The podcast.
Shout out to Rock on Detroit Lions, man.
There
My
you
pride.
All right, day 2. Day 2 is in the books, man. Really day 6, but it's day 2. Marcus Davenport, excuse me, absolutely crushed it today. We're going to talk about the entire injury list. Quite a few names. What's going on with Taylor Decker? There was a little bit of some media today after practice. Taylor Decker gave us an update. And, man, I have a ton of topics that we're not even going to get to tonight, so we're going to save a lot of it for the morning show. I can't keep these things in to save my life. All right, be right back here. I know you've been waiting. Give me 60 seconds. We'll get this rolling. Here we go.
Adam Schefter at ESPN says there's 275,000 people.
Well, that was some party in downtown Detroit. 775,000 people, shattering the NFL draft attendance record.
This is the future. Evolution. This is the future. Evolution.
All right, man, welcome back in. It is Off the Cuff Podcast on a Monday night. I know it's not a typical night, but we're doing it. We're doing it because I promised I would give away a training camp jacket, and you just watch. Tonight is going to be the night where we don't get a ton of people in. And I mean, that's okay. I mean, that just shortened the odds for everybody else that's in tonight. However, you have to be a new subscriber. Then you have to be in the chat. And then you got to get notifications turned on. Because all of the future giveaways for anybody, really, all of the future giveaways, that is how this bot works. It knows when you come in by entering the chat. And then it can pick you out. And it's totally random. So I'm taking it away from me. I can do the wheel thing, right? For all of the raffles, that's easy. I can download a spreadsheet and upload a spreadsheet. That's no problem. But for things like this, it's really hard to just randomly pick somebody out. And so far, I don't know if we have any new subscribers in. If you're a new subscriber in tonight, raise your hand, put a thumb up. I can go and check, but I don't have that open right now. I can go and check who's in. So anyway, look, Marcus Davenport had a hell of a day. Hell of a day. Guy swinging for the fences, and he's connected, man. We were due. I was going to say I'm excited, but we were due for some good news. Right? It's been kind of doom and gloom around here for a couple of days with all these stupid injuries. And look, a lot of these, nicky-knack, ticky-tack, injuries, they're not going to last long. That's the good news. They're not going to last long. Now, I have not heard an update on Lopez yet or Sione Vaki. I really believe that Lopez could just be a hammy. We'll see what happens. But tonight, I want to go through a little bit of a review. Let's get us caught up. The first couple of days of camp, now that the day 2 is in the books, obviously this morning. And then we'll be back in tomorrow morning to do the rest of the Rise and Grind morning show. We might have a little bit of overlap between today and tomorrow. But that's okay. Tonight was planned but unplanned. This was supposed to be done over the weekend so that we could get this training camp jacket given away. Get my sheet up. Well, let's just start with Davenport. So I did a video on Davenport and I was waiting for it to finally release. I don't know why YouTube is taking so long. I'll do a video at 5:30 and it doesn't finish until 7:30. I don't know why it's taking forever. It never used to do that. And my machine can't get any faster than it is. Like it's as fast as they come. I've already got the 5 series in here. I got the RTX 5080 in here, 5090 in this machine now. So it's cooking. It's fast. Where did my sheet go? All right, here we go. Found it. Let's get Davenport out of the way, man. This gives me a grin from ear to ear, and you guys know why. Those of you that have been around for a minute, you know why. This one makes me happy. Now, I'm not saying it's going to continue for the rest of camp, but I get one day right now that Davenport is healthy and he's doing things. That makes me happy. It should make you happy. Whether you're like when Broderick Martin lights it up tomorrow, you should be happy. You should be happy. You shouldn't say, whatever. No, you should be happy. So, you got ads already? What do you mean? They're killing it like that tonight? Here, let's dial that all the way back. You know what? Let's just turn ads off. Let's get the likes up, please. Do the best you can. Looks like we're doing a pretty good job. Looks like we got 40 and 20, so we're doing a good job. All right, Davenport. Tim Twentyman made my day. All right, there it is. Tim Twentyman, his observations today is what we're going to go through. And the first one on the list, man, is Marcus Davenport. And as you can see right here, dominant performance by the veteran edge rusher, Marcus Davenport. He was a beast at Lions practice Monday morning. Oh, I love it. Oh, I love it. It started in the first defense team period when he walked a tight end back into the running back. I'm wondering who that tight end was. If it was Kenny Yeboah, I mean, that makes this even more exciting because Yeboah is a physical freak. He's a massive human. Two plays later, after getting a TFL, right? So we talk about TFLs, kind of like redoing my whole video. We talk about TFLs on this channel a lot because, in my opinion, TFLs are worth way more than a sack. And he got a TFL right off the get. 2 plays later, he got a sack, or what would have been a sack had it been live tackling drill against the quarterback. But then it was just a few moments later, right? Then he beat Penei Sewell for a sack in the team period. So here's the thing, right? And Tim Twentyman talks about it right here, the defensive gains part. In 7-on-7 period, you hardly ever see anybody dominant on the defensive side of the football because of how difficult it is to go up against the offense with only 7 guys. I mean, we know how it is. It's hard enough to guard, 11 on 11. You almost need 13 defenders out there at times because the offense, they're running forward, you're running backward. It's hard. So in 7-on-7 period, you're telling me that Marcus Davenport is having his way? That's incredible to me. I was looking for my soundbite. Hold on, I gotta have it here. Please tell me I have it. Oh, it's gonna ruin it. Man. Gosh darn it. All right, well, either way, I'm loving it. So Marcus Davenport's dominant today in the 7-on-7 period. And then Amik Robertson, the guy that I'm super excited about this year. year 2 with this team. And he got things started with a terrific read on a quick out pass to the right side of the field, and he recorded a tackle for loss. That's 2. Count them 2. That's 2 TFLs. Actually, it's more than that. So that's 4 TFLs. Well, 2 sacks and 2 TFLs just between Davenport and Amik quickly in today's practice. The one thing that I said earlier in the videos, I'm a little concerned that we're not hearing anything about Aiden yet, but it's coming. It's coming. He's coming. He'll be fine. Keep praying. He'll be fine, right? And then it was Terry and Arnold who had a very nice play knocking the ball away. So he's getting his hands up right away. This was on Brock Wright. I love that matchup for Terry and that he's getting mixed up with the big boy Brock early in camp. And then JC, man, Jack Campbell, not Jesus Christ, Jack Campbell. He had a sticky coverage over the middle. And this, again, it's everything that we've been talking about in the offseason. I wanted to see Jack Campbell level up his pass coverage this year. And if he can do that with what he already did last year and his rookie year, taking care of the run, tearing up the middle of the field, if he can get his pass coverage up a couple notches, he will be a top 10 linebacker this year. He already was last season, in my opinion, but even the PFF ranks kind of had him there. He was just outside. He might even be one of the best linebackers in the league very soon. Like, could be this year. Could be top 5 this year. So very impressive start to day 2 for the defense. Very impressive. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the photos here, but let's just go through a couple. Jahmyr Gibbs doing Jahmyr Gibbs things. There's Yaboa. Oh, looks like he's supporting Aiden, wearing that full leg sleeve. I think I'm going to wear some sleeves when I go to training camp, just for the hell of it. There's Aiden. God, he looks goofy with that Guardian cap on. So you guys tell me right away in this chat, man, is this exciting news for you? That Marcus Davenport is, the news that nobody expected, right? Roy Lopez going down, Sione Vaki going down. It's just been drama after drama after drama with injuries. And then the one guy that everyone expected to be out of practice already is the one that is making the headlines, Marcus Davenport. All right, here we go. David, good old David Montgomery, man. He is pissed off. He is ready to go this year. I don't know who on earth said that they forgot about Montgomery, but you're going to remember him real quick, real soon. Tim Patrick caught a long ball today. We'll kind of go over what there's Mr. Dan Campbell himself. We'll kind of go over what these guys were doing in practice. There's J-Mo, man. It's hard to recognize these guys sometimes because of the number change, but there's your guy, J-Mo. Looks like he's got some new ink on those arms. TA sporting the fresh cut. Who's that? Is that Nowoski? Who's 40? No, is that Kelly? I don't remember all the guys yet. I think 40 is Kelly. There's Ahmed Hassanin. And that was another bright spot, right? Dan Campbell saying that Ahmed has just been, all motor all day. Just like Corey said he would be. Has not disappointed one bit. I don't know who that is because I don't see a number. Sorry, I don't recognize his legs. There's old Brad Holmes. And there's JG. Looks like Gibbs is about to run that out pattern. And there's Tate, man. The Motor City mullet. All right, let's dig in. Okay, so some of the other opportunities today, as Tim Twentyman said, linebacker Alex Anzalone has not practiced for the first couple of days of camp. It's really interesting, right? We talk about hamstrings being the catalyst of the injury for guys to sit out that want new contracts. It's a fake injury, and I'm not saying Alex is faking it, but that just happened to be the injury that they were talking about the most during the collusion thing. And no, so he's still out of camp. That's obviously allowed Zach Cunningham to step in at the will linebacker spot. And so he's on the weak side, and he's made most of this opportunity. So the 8-year veteran has 86 NFL starts under his belt. That's quite a resume, right? Whatever he's been doing over those 86 starts, I expect him to continue doing. Now, he looked pretty good early on today. He got into space in the pass game. He completely blew up a screenplay. And that's another mark, right? That is the one thing that I kept saying over the last couple of weeks that I want to see John Morton do, and that's dial up the screen. We have not seen enough screens. So the fact that we're already dialing up screens in camp, well, it's not working on Zach Cunningham. Hopefully it works on the rest of the league. I'm just glad to see that we're doing it. Jake Bates report. So we got our first look at Jake Bates. Apparently he's about 25 pounds overweight after eating about a gallon of ice cream. I guess his ice cream habits are a little bit out of control. So he got an opportunity to kick some field goals today, and he hit all 4 of his attempts from 34 to 43 yards in the first period. And then later he went 3 for 5. He missed from the left side at 43 and 33. And then his longest make was from 48. So I don't know what it is with him on that left side. I want to say that's the majority of his misses have come from the left side. Now, second team reps, Hendon Hooker got in. Now we heard Dan Campbell this morning during the press conference talking about Hendon and look, this is his opportunity to prove it, right? And giving Hendon some things to do in the offseason to kind of correct some of the issues that he has had thus far, but turning him into what he wants to be is up to, or him turning himself. Let me rephrase, scratch all that. For Hendon Hooker to be the quarterback that he wants to be, Dan Campbell's letting him have that opportunity. It's on his shoulders, right? He has to do it. It's year 3 now. There's no more training wheels. There's no more playing patsy back there with the football. Is get the football up, get the football out. And today's reps, that's what you were seeing. Based on the report here from Tim Twentyman, the second team reps that he took today, they said he looked good. As a matter of fact, they said Hooker had a terrific practice on Monday. He put a ball right in between 2 defenders to the rookie wide receiver Isaac Tesla for a big gain in an early team period, and was consistent all day, both in team and 7-on-7 periods. So that's great news for the third-year quarterback, Hendon Hooker. Now, the emphasis was on the ball today. It's easy to see what the new defensive coordinator, Calvin Shepard, it's kind of hard to say that he's new, right? He's not new. Calvin's been around on this team. But anyway, he's a new DC. He's put an emphasis on getting the football, right? See ball, get ball, just like Ahmed says. So every player on the defense is constantly punching at the football. Again, this is something that I think that we started to see maybe in 23 a little bit more, but last year you would see Carlton Davis wherever he was on the field, he's swinging an uppercut, he's doing something to try to get at that football. Now, the Lions ranked 15th last season with 20 forced fumbles, 8 recoveries, and we're 5th best in the NFL with 16 interceptions. You know, getting our hands on the football in the pass game, I'm less concerned about. Well, that was until we had potential injury today. But getting the hands on the ball in the run game and popping those balls out and turning them into fumbles, we need to be better at. We need to be a top 10 team in that regard. And it sounds like that's what Calvin Shepard, he's focusing on. Special teams ace, do we have a new one? We do. And his name is Grant Stewart. So he's the linebacker that we brought in this season from the Colts. And Tim Twentyman says, I can't wait for the pads to come on to see Grant Stewart play special teams. The veteran linebacker has a motor that never stops, and he seems to be on every special teams play that he's on the field for. He had 19 tackles in a game for Indianapolis last year against Miami. That's crazy. Stewart has had multiple seasons where he led his team in special teams tackles and special teams reps. He brings some juice to Detroit's teams, man. Is the juice going to be loose in Detroit? Just a different flavor of juice. Practice injury. So obviously we noted this earlier in a couple of videos. Running back Sione Vaki, not running back Roy Lopez. My template earlier today got the best of me. I downloaded the wrong file. Anyway, reserve running back Sione Vaki left practice early. He did not return. He was being evaluated for a left leg injury, and then obviously Roy Lopez also came up limp. He also did not return after working with trainers off to the side for a little bit, kind of going back and forth, and then he just left. So both guys out, but there was another injury to speak of. Once I get through this, I'll jump into the chat. Not participating today. So this is the entire list. Miles Frazier, he's on PUP. Taylor Decker, he's on PUP. Onwuzurike is out for the season. Mekhi Wingo, McNeil, they're on PUP. Josh Paschal is NFI. That scares the bejesus out of me. El-Quadin Muhammad, no designation, but he's out. And I don't remember if Dan said something the other day about El-Quadin Muhammad, but he's out for whatever reason. Rodriguez is on PUP. Alex Anzalone, we know, has the hamstring issue. Dorsey and Stanley Thomas Oliver. Dorsey's on PUP. Oliver's on NFI. Ennis Rakestraw, we know, suffered the chest injury the other day, but here's the one that made my day not so great. DJ Reed. Apparently suffered some sort of an injury today, or was not participating today and suffered the injury yesterday. Or the other day. Maybe it wasn't yesterday. Maybe it was Saturday. So for whatever reason, DJ Reed was not in today. Could it be rest this early in camp? Could be. Could be. I think that's doubtful for a corner. But having DJ Reed out, that's not good, right? That's not good. So for the entirety of the practice today, 3 players were working with trainers. Khalil Dorsey, Mekhi Wingo, and surprisingly, Malcolm Rodriguez. This comes by way of Jeremy Reisman. He says that this is all great news, right? All 3 were seen moving at a pretty good pace, and he doesn't want to jump to conclusions with Rodriguez, but particularly because Dan Campbell last conservatively estimated his return to be November. But this certainly suggests that he could be way ahead of schedule, right? If he's already working with trainers and he's moving at a really good clip, it's July. I mean, I can't imagine him having to go another 3 months. So I'm in the same boat. I got the same idea today that Jeremy does, that maybe Malcolm could be back a little bit earlier, which would be a huge addition to this team. Obviously, we don't want the Lions to rush him back and step on a landmine and him get injured again. Short-handed at corner. What was once a very deep room is now becoming a problem. So Dan Campbell said that we should be okay. Everything came back negative. Certainly he's sore and he'll be out a few days. Just kind of let him recover. Structurally, though, everything looks pretty good when he was talking about Ennis Rakestraw. Unfortunately, it's unclear what's going on with DJ Reed. He was not seen at practice, nor was he seen working on the sideline. However, DJ Reed and his wife are pregnant. So could there be an NFI with this, right? No, I'm just kidding. His wife could have had the baby. I don't know. I'm sure that we'll find out when everybody else finds out. I'm hoping that's what it is. Obviously, the big one today was defensive tackle Roy Lopez and Sione Vaki. Linebacker Anthony Pittman returned, so that's good news. He returned to play on Monday. He did not appear limited in any way, shape, or form. So all good news for the most part. Some great news and some not so good news for the day. But that's your update. That's kind of got us up to speed now. I don't really think I'm missing a whole lot. You just run through this one more time. I don't think we're missing anything. Oh, Tate Ratledge. Now, Tate Ratledge has been taking 100% of the snaps at center. Expected, unexpected. Expected for him to get a lot of work at center. Unexpected to be getting this many snaps this early. But obviously, like Dan Campbell said in the press conference this morning, Graham can step in at any moment, and we're going to be just fine. I am less concerned about the center position, knowing that Graham is there and that he's healthy and that Tate is learning and that he's doing a good job. So far, so good. The one question I have right now is the Chargers game. So Skipper has been filling in over at the left tackle position since Taylor Decker has been out. Where's Giovanni Manu? How many practice reps is he getting? I need to know what's going on with Manu. That's what I need to know, because I'm expecting a lot from this guy. He spent a lot of time in the offseason with Taylor Decker, and I'm expecting a lot from him this year to be able to crack this lineup, at least as, the second team, which would mean he would beat out Dan Skipper. However, I don't think that Dan Skipper is going anywhere at all. I think that they're going to keep him around. He's too valuable. He's been around this team, for many years now, and he's a big part of this team. He knows what he's doing. So I guess that's really the last of it for today. A couple of big plays. Like I said, Tim Patrick caught the one downfield. And then the note that I had here, let me get my other notes out. Note that I had about the offensive line dynamics, the performance, and the defensive observations of today. Let me just run through some of the offensive line dynamics. So Tate Rowledge placement at center. Obviously, it suggests that the Lions are seriously considering him for that role, which I think that we all understand that now. It would also address the long-term roster concern. It does allow Graham Glasgow to play at his best position, which is right guard. Conversely, Mahogany is the one that got the first team reps at left guard. Miles Frazier, obviously, he's on PUP, so there's really nobody else other than some of the guys that have been around. Dan Skipper, again, he filled in for Taylor Decker. Penei Sewell played right tackle as expected. On the offensive performance side of the football today, the offense kept things simple on the first day, focusing on timing and kind of just getting that rush shaken off. Jared Goff completed a deep pass to Tim Patrick, showcasing his precision on shorter routes all day today. Hendon Hooker also displayed improved decision-making, quickly getting out the ball. Quickly getting the ball out of his hands. It was a point of emphasis from Dan Campbell in the press conference, and it was another point of emphasis for Hendon Hooker in practice. So it's good to see that his release is getting better, right? Defensive observations, we kind of went through this already. Marcus Davenport beasted practice. Aiden Hutchinson, Derek Barnes, they've made their successful returns. We just haven't heard a whole lot yet how they're doing. Now, Avonte Maddox had an impressive day as well. He read a play, earning praise from defensive coordinator Calvin Shepard for his timing on the play. Ian Kennelly, he also stood out with a pass breakup today, and Mitchell Agudi deflected a screen pass. So hands up, hands everywhere, right? What did we just talk about a couple weeks ago? Actually, I think it was last week. If you're rushing the passer and you're not winning the rep, which means timing, right? If you're not getting back there in 2.25 seconds, what are you doing to affect the play? Are you getting your hands up? What are you doing? And so obviously this is what Calvin Shepard is training these guys to do. If you're not winning the rep, you've got to affect the play in a different way. The rookie watch, obviously all of them. I'm not even going to pinpoint one. All of them. They all need to be watched at this point. But Isaac TeSlaa had, somewhat of a quiet first day, but he's primarily been working with a second team as expected, not securing his only target, though, was, I guess, an issue for him today. Tyleik Williams was a full participant after being limited all spring, so that's another big win for the Lions. Is that Tyleik Williams is in camp and he is working his butt off already. So now that's it. Now I think we've got everything. I think I can put my notes away now. Unless you guys want to get into the JMO trade rumors. I'm just kidding. No, I'm really not. I can't believe I read that today, and I think it was an older article, but trade rumors on JMO. Okay, let's get into the chat, man. Okay, Salty Pork Chops, you're the first one I see. Says, hey, weird ask. I live in Florida and trying to catch a game with my brother. If any season ticket holders looking to sell 2 tickets, please let me know. I will pay. Salty, you just got to email me, man. We've got opportunities, options. I'm sure that we can figure out something. We know people that know people. We might even have some extra seats, for our tickets. So you just got to email me, mailbag@rockdown.com, and then I'll see what we have available. I'll ask my pops if he knows any games that are open on his side. All right, winding back here. Detroit Fan Man says Manu has been the second string left tackle, right? Right now he is, and that's because Taylor Decker's out. So really he's third string because Skipper's been filling in at number 2, which is right now the number 1, battling with the Egyptian magician. I like it. I like the name, the Egyptian magician. Peter Van Larhoven doesn't think that Manu will beat out Skipper. I don't know about that. Manu's a big boy, man. 6'8", 355 pounds. Skipper's a big boy too, but I don't think he holds a candle to Manu as far as strength. Manu just needs to get his feet working a little bit better. He has lazy feet is what I call it, but and that's from watching from afar, right? It's not like I could never do better than that, but to evaluate it, he's got lazy feet to me. Kevin Barr says, I think we need to see Skipper running it out of the backfield at some point this year. Maybe take some reps at quarterback. What a weapon. Oh, don't give John Morton any ideas. Like, I'm good with the whole, Ben Johnson, you take all that crap to Chicago. Let's just play football. You use the trick plays when you need them. But too many times you use them and it backfires. So let's not do that. Will Carter, I don't know. He says that he thinks that Manu is a really good basketball player and a break dancer. I have no clue. I've never heard that. You're probably just joking right now, which I would assume. I couldn't see Manu being a break dancer, man. I could see him breaking the floor or breaking through the floor. I don't know about break dancing. All right. So if you are a new subscriber in tonight, do me a favor. Make sure you get in the chat if you want to win the training camp jacket, which let me go grab it. Oh, I've got to buy the wireless earbuds, man. I need to. It's way overdue. I guess I could just go back to wearing headphones, but it was putting some pressure on my neck. All right, you got your Detroit Lions training camp jacket. Lion on the front, lions on the back. As you can hear, it's waterproof. It's a waterproof jacket. It's got some side pockets. Got some good length to it. Quarter zip. It's a nice jacket, but if you are a new subscriber tonight, put your hand up in the chat. That way the old bot can recognize you. And then that way it'll trigger. So I'll trigger the bot and then it'll start dialing up the giveaway. Robbie Ones, what's shipping cost in Nova Scotia? I have no idea. I mean, I've shipped stuff up to King SJ before. It wasn't too terrible. I know he's way up there in Toronto. Nova Scotia's not, I mean, it's far, but you know what I mean? It's not like crazy far. Probably 15, 20 bucks, I would assume. All right, Mark Halsey's in. He's got his hand up. Come on, we need some hands up. This bot's got to get you triggered. All right, so let's wind back to the beginning of the show for a minute, because I missed everyone's conversation. What's up with the Davenport news in your mind? I get it. It's just day one of Monday, right? Day one of the week. But it's day two of practice. Really, I don't know why they reset the days. Like, practice started last week with the rookies, right? So you had 3 days of rookie camp, and then you had full-fledged team camp that starts on Saturday. They had Sunday off, then Monday, obviously today's day two. I guess I never realized that we changed the dates in all my years of doing this, that we changed the dates from day one to day 3 on Friday to day 1 on Saturday. I guess I never noticed that before. I've just always started with the first day they showed up, and that was day 1. So Davenport hype in t-shirts doesn't count until the pads come on, like MCDC said. Dude, look, Davenport is even better with pads on. That's what's crazy. He's even better. So I only saw one hand tonight so far. Juices Ghost says shipping to Nova Scotia is at least 4 boiled potatoes. What? How about some boiled peanuts? You guys ever had those? Some boiled peanuts? Disgusting. Joseph Murdoch says, unless I missed something, if Davenport is still healthy, day 2, I'm cool. He's a good player when healthy and hungry. Krista H has her hand up. All right, in honor of Bates, I'm going down to down some ice cream. All right, so what's your favorite flavor of ice cream, since we're on the ice cream subject tonight? I'm an old school butter pecan, or I'll get out some apples and I'll caramelize some apples and some cinnamon and sugar and dump that on some vanilla. Or if I'm really froggy, I might make some bananas Foster and pour that on some vanilla. But there's nothing better than a vanilla bean vanilla or a butter pecan, man. That was my grandfather's ice cream. It's just in the blood. Snickers ice cream, that's good. That's how I get my flurries. Superman, there you go. Moose Tracks. That's a lot of sugar, too. Vanilla with kiwi puree. What am I missing? Yeah, I am a Southerner, Salty. I am. So I spent a lot of time in North Carolina. A lot of time, man. Most beautiful place ever in this country, I swear, is down in Banner Elk, where my mom is. Just beautiful place down there. Absolutely beautiful. Love it. Things are a little bit slower down there. Rocky Road in the house. Yeah, Kevin Barr, very gross. I had some boiled peanuts. You know, I was almost thinking that they were going to be good. I don't know what I was thinking, that these things, they're fresh boiled down in North Carolina. I mean, you see them all over, side of the road. People have boiled peanuts, which I don't advise stopping at a side of the road place unless you know them. If you're a local, it's different. But I used to go into the ham shop all the time to get breakfast for the guys when we were working on a property down there. And they had boiled peanuts, and I decided to grab some and ate some in front of the guys. And I mean, I was going to yak like right there. And they're just laughing at me, but they're eating them like it was no big deal. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Where were these things when I joined? What are you talking about, Easy? What are you talking about? You talking about the jackets? Man, dude, I gave away $14,000 worth of helmets and all sorts of signed stuff last year. Jerseys. I mean, on draft day, we did, man, we did a lot of different stuff this year, but in 23, we gave away, I think, 11 jerseys on draft night alone. So we've given a ton away, but every year we do something a little bit different. But if that's what you're referring to as the jackets, don't worry. I got some stuff for everybody. Tonight is just getting, some thank yous out to the new subscribers because we've had quite a few this week. I think we've added at least 150 this week. The numbers, for whatever reason, aren't reflecting it on your side, but on my side, they are. Where are we at? Yeah, 9250. So we've had about 150 this week. More than that because we got to 9100. No, we got to 9200. So yeah, about 143. Excuse me, about 143. Anyway, it's been a good week, right? It's been a good week, and the newbies deserve it, right? They got to know that we're not fooling around because there's some fakers and some liars out there that say they give away stuff, and they never give away stuff. Here, let me show you guys something because I'm going to give away some of this stuff next. Let me show you the store. I just updated the store today. Just humor me for a moment. Because if you're going to buy some stuff, for the season, or if you're going to buy some stuff for your friends or, birthdays or whatever, why not support the Rockhound Cancer Foundation? While you do it. And it's not expensive. Like, I've researched all the prices. Our prices are at or below. Definitely NFL prices. They're way below. But warriorthread.com. Warrior Thread. So one thread, one warrior. That is the ticket to supporting all of the warriors, cancer warriors and survivors in Michigan right now. That's what this channel is going to support is our local. So I just put these up. We got Packers suck. We got some Green Bay sucks hats. Packers sucks hat. All sorts of hoodies. We've got them in all sorts of colors. So what you see here is just the tip of the iceberg. I did a lot of different colors. It kind of makes sense, right? We got it in blue. And actually, I've got a brand new design for this one in the blue and the white. That will be uploaded tonight. So if you're interested in something like this, wait till you see the new one tonight before you do something. If you do something. There's also like coffee mugs. So if you like to sip your coffee every morning just saying the Packers suck, which I know Eric does. I got to send one of these to Eric. Again, all of the proceeds go to Rockhound Cancer Foundation. And then I did like other colors like purple, right? So for the Vikings, if you got a Vikings, friend that hates the Packers, that's where they can get themselves a shirt. Men, women, you name it. All sorts of stuff, man. So all new designs popping for the beginning of the year. Available in all sizes between small and 5X. I have not seen any tall sizes yet. I'm hoping at some point that they get some. And we got FTB. I got a new design coming out for the FTB. That'll be hitting tonight. That's the old school one right here. Team Rock, that's me, obviously. Cancer survivor. Kicking ass every day. You got to be a savage, man, if you want to be a warrior. And you want to beat cancer. It takes a savage. Because every day is a journey. So check it out. warriorthread.com. And I should have... I want to say that there's a 20% off that's supposed to kick in. I checked it again today. It's supposed to be going. I can't really do anything with it because all I can say is do it, but I can't create a promo code, I guess, which is dumb. I just need to get my site back up and then we'll be good to go. All right, so I only seen 2 hands so far for newbies. I got to check the stream real quick. I got to check who's in. Give me 1 sec. Okay, so right now, 14.4% of the subscribers have notifications turned on. That's pretty good. We got to get that up. If you guys don't have notifications toggled on, please help us out with that. That helps you get notified every time we go live and every time that a video gets dropped. You only get a max of 3 notifications a day. And actually, sometimes I turn those notifications off so it doesn't bother you. But from here on out, we should be loading stuff up just about every day. Okay. Where is my dashboard for the audience? All right, here we go. Madison Durkee's in the house. I see that name, and it looks like there's only a handful of newbies in tonight. And if you're watching behind the scenes and you haven't thrown your hand up in the chat yet, the bot is not going to notice you. So, Madison Durkee. Hand is up. Who else was in? Krista H. And Mark Holsey. All right, let's turn this bot on. If your hand isn't up by now, I can't help you. So anyway, you guys super excited about Davenport? I mean, I am right now. I'm excited about him right now. I'm reading some of the comments off the video. Like one guy says he's glass. Another guy says that's all great. Stay healthy. Of course, Garrity says great news. Maureen, oh boy. Yep, season's over and you called it. Be proud. What? I didn't call it. That was in a different video. I'm not sure what that means. All right. It doesn't look like we have a whole lot of people concerned, though, which is good. And in today's or this morning's poll, we didn't have a lot of people that are extremely concerned about the way that this season's going so far. All right. So while I'm waiting for this bot, let me grab something else to go through. All right, so Nolan Bianchi today from the Detroit News, he also does an observation. Let me just go through a little bit of what he said. He obviously said with much speculation about who will take over the starting job following Frank Ragnow. His retirement is the rookie Tate Ratledge. How he's emerged now as the favorite to begin camp. Obviously, he's getting a lot of the snaps, the majority of the snaps at center, if not all of the snaps at center. With Graham Glasgow obviously on the roster, I mean, he's another challenger, as Nolan said, but I think that they probably want to see Tate win the job, right? They want to see that. They don't want to just hand him the job. Now, the team gave Ratledge a ton of work at center during rookie minicamp and organized team activities, but with the mental workload placed on that position, one couldn't help but wonder if it would be too early for Ratledge, who's never played center before, to take that position over from the jump. That's kind of similar to what I said this morning, wasn't it? Or maybe it was last Friday. How incredibly hard it is to play that position. Damn, easy. That's a hell of a message in there, man. I just caught that. Just don't stop believing, man. Don't stop believing. All right. So of course the situation could change drastically as week 1 approaches. So nothing's set in stone quite yet, but the placement on day 1 suggests the Lions are at the very least considering Tate Ratledge to be plan A. Now Ratledge is sticking at center, would be the ideal outcome for a variety of reasons. 1, it would shore up the long-term concern on the roster, and 2, it would allow Glasgow to play his best position. So kind of the same stuff that everyone's talking about today. It's the same stuff. I guess a lot of these writers, it seems they piggyback off each other, but it says the Lions offense was rather vanilla on Sunday, which is to be expected on the first day of camp. Players are working on getting their timing back and shaking off the rust. Most of the pass attempts were within 5 to 10 yards off the line of scrimmage. That I'm not surprised about. The short passes, like, that is part of the game. And I think that's a huge benefit for John Morton, for John Morton to get this offense rolling in the right direction quick, right? You get these short little snappy passes going, you build confidence when everyone's catching the football. You're building a ton of confidence. And it's also a part of the game that I don't think the Lions have utilized enough, which is the short pass, the quick hitters, the slants, which you never see anymore. How often do you see some drag routes or some slants coming over the middle? It's few and far between, which I don't understand because you can't be hit over the middle. Why not do it more and more and more? So it'd be interesting to see how they move this into the regular season. Here's a good statement by Will Carter in the chat. He says, other than the 23 and 24 seasons, Davenport has averaged playing in 81.25% of games every year. So let's just hope that he gets back to previous form. And those were just a couple of fluke years. Okay. You know what? Let's look at that. Let's dial it up. I know I've looked at this in the past, but now you've intrigued my mind a little bit. And you're right. So let me pull it up. Now, look, I understand that he's missed quite a few games. But this is Davenport's history right here. 23 and 24. Whoops. 23 and 24. Yeah, he played 6 games in the last 2 years. You know that Carlton Davis, and I know I've said this a lot, he missed 23% of games his entire career. Not just a year or two, his entire career. So you're talking, 5 games a year on average, probably. For 6 years, he's missed at least 30 games. Davenport in 2022 played 15 out of 17. 2 years before that, 11 out of 17. The 2 years before that, 13 out of 17. Which I think we were playing 17 games in 2018. I don't remember now. So this is not terrible, right? If he can hit his average between 2018 and 2022, which looks to be about 13 games, I would not be pissed at that. As long as he's healthy at the end of the season. Right? But if he has some nicky-knack stuff that pops up throughout the year and he has to miss half a game or part of a game or a whole game, so what? So do some of the other players. As long as he's healthy enough to go back the next week or in 2 weeks when we need him most, I think that's the most important thing. That's the most important thing. So it's a good, I'm glad you brought that up. All right. Got to get this chat settled. Dropping viewers, waiting for this bot to do its thing, man. I don't know why it's not doing its thing. It's supposed to just go. You guys didn't see a notification yet? Maybe I got to unpin these things. All right, there it is. It just popped up. Krista H. Krista H. Did you guys see a notification? I can't see it. It's new. It's a new system, so I have no clue. But Krista H, you just won the first training camp jacket. Now, here's the thing. These are donated. So I have large and extra large. And And I'll say they fit a little tight, but hey, if you got someone to give it away to, great. If it fits you, great. You just tell me I got a large and an extra large. I got like 16 or 15 more of these things to give away. Just email me, mailbag@rockdown.com. Mailbag@rockdown.com. And we'll get you settled up. We'll get it mailed out here tomorrow, or whenever you email me with your address, we'll get it mailed out right away. So for all the new subscribers, we do have mini helmets still left over from last year that I want to give away. Training camp jackets we're going to give away, but I'm also going to give away merch from the store. And I think it's just a fun way to get people wearing the stuff, right? And get your feedback on it. I want to give away a lot of merch from the store because that way you can tell us what it feels like. You know, how does it line up? Is it lining up okay from the factory? Is it soft? Does it wash well? I want your feedback so that it helps us either get the right product or make the product better and find the right manufacturers. I try to stick with resend notifications. Will, what's that? Cruising, what are you talking about? Resend notifications. What is that, buddy? All right, there's Krista H. It says, wow, thanks. I'm an extra large, and I'll wear it proudly here. And where you at, Missouri? All right. Cruising, you didn't get what? Is Andrew Reynolds a new name too? And did you put your hand up at the beginning? Oh, there it is. There it is. So the next time we do this will be tomorrow night and again on Thursday night. For the rest of, well, we got to hit another 100 subscribers or another 60. I think we have to go. And once we hit that, then we'll do another giveaway. But if we're not hitting them fast enough, I'm going to have to close the gap and we're going to have to get them kicked out. But Cruising, I'm not sure what. Oh, you got it. Okay, never mind. Anyway, here, let me throw the mailbag email in the chat for Krista. There you go. It's in the chat. I'll pin it so you can take some time to find it. Just email me your details. We'll get it sent out. Okay? All right. You guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining me tonight. I just wanted to get the giveaway done. I know it was a little bit boring of a show because we're trying to work on some new things. Hopefully when the season starts, we won't have these kind of shows. It's always fun to give stuff away. But I like jam-packed, start to stop, just getting into all sorts of stuff, having good conversations. Tomorrow night, I'm still planning on having a show, obviously. But I want to go back to doing what we used to do. One of these nights per week, I want it to be all about you guys to where you guys call in. And I would love for you to call in anyway. So let's just do it. Tomorrow night, opening up the phone lines. As soon as we start, 15 minutes, we'll get it open. And we'll hear from you and what you think about training camp and what you're most excited about this season. What has you the most excited about this season? Or what has you the most worried about this season? So anyway, love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. Y'all have a great night. Go and probably go Detroit Lions. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.